My guest today is Silver Elvis, a.k.a. Pete Jarvis. Probably should be the other way around, yet I think like many of the performers I know, you start the day and end the day as your persona.
No, I start once the paint's on. Yeah. But I'm full at it, jamming 600 shows a year, so yeah, it's pretty.
When I actually started doing clowning, I wore a grease paint, and I couldn't wear the makeup without breaking out. My face would just break out in acting.
Yes, grease paint is, yeah.
And that's how I evolved into making mascots, because I had someone actually make a clown character that I zipped on, and it was made of latex rubber,
right.
and it had all of the features of a clown, but I could take it off, and it was a one piece.
Yeah, I find the makeup that I'm wearing now is way more comfortable than clown white makeup. You know, I'm a mime artist also, so you know I've used white for different characters. I still find this way more comfortable. Maybe I'm just used to it over 10 years.
There's a certain amount of anonymity in what you do, too. You can take your mask off and walk into the same crowd you've just been performing for, and they may not recognize you.
Yeah. This is a funny little story. I was at the Elvis Festival about 7 years ago for a big parade, and they had my Silver Elvis as the finale of the parade, which was a real honor. And so I went in as Pete Jarvis to set up the sound on this big boat that they were going to have me on this float at the end on a yacht. And I set up the sound system, but as Pete Jarvis as the roadie. And so I went there, and the guys were getting the boat ready, and I said, I'm here to set up the sound for Silver Elvis. And they said, oh, where is he? And is he going to be coming soon? Or, well, he's changing. He'll be along. And I did the whole techie roadie thing and talked to the guys. And then went to my truck, changed to Silver Elvis, and then came back, 10 minutes later. But I came as Silver Elvis, and I said, so did Pete show up? Did he get? Oh yeah, he was here. He got it all going, and I said, well, does it sound any good? Because I'm not going on if it's not going to sound any good. And oh no, it sounds great. He did a test, and went, oh yeah, he did a great job. Yeah, well, I'll have to thank him when I see him. You don't know where he is by any chance? Oh no, he went. He said he went to get you, and that's all we know. So I have fun doing that, or I'll be in a conversation with somebody in a restaurant, and I'll overhear them talking about Silver Elvis' performance, and then I'll interject and say, so where did you see that and all that? And I can talk totally and without giving it away. So I really like it. I've got a bit of phobia of being famous, I must admit. And so that's why a lot of my characters, well, most of my characters, you can't recognize Pete Jarvis in it at all.
Okay. Back up here.
Yeah.
What's that phobia about being famous?
Well, it's I like I'd like to be able to have a private life after I get off the stage and not be bothered by it. People's fantasies and ideas of what a character should be to them at any given moment. So I really feel sorry for Hollywood stars that have to go to a restaurant and be totally hassled all the time. That happened to me when I was in Vid Kids, that show we were talking about earlier, and I was recognized at Wonderland by a bunch of kids, and it ruined my whole day because they were just being bothersome with questions and thought like it was. I said, you know what? That's it. I'm definitely making sure I don't go as Pete Jarvis in my next performances.
There are other characters you play as well.
I'm doing 60 characters. I'm rotating 60 characters.
Right. Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin.
One who's also in the slide.
Yeah.
And you also do this awesome experience. To me, reminds me of The Abyss, or it's the special effects where it's metallic, liquid metal. Mm-hmm. You call it the Cube.
Yes, it's a spandex box where I'm performing from inside, pushing the walls of that cube into different shapes. The face will come out at different times, or just the box will morph into different shapes because of where you can place the fabric with the stretchiness of it all. I've been performing that piece since 1983. So everything, and that piece is so beautiful because you can fit it into dance club. You can fit it into. I've toured with orchestra did a pas de deux with 2 cubes, doing a pas de deux, which was very funny, and toured with Chris Shepard and BKS on their live stage shows to 20,000 screaming teens. It was fun. We didn't show this mask. I wanted to show this guy because don't want to leave him with just that I do political masks, but this one was, sort of a gangsta.
It looks familiar.
But he when you change the hat on it, it can look like an old English guy. And I left a hole here for him to do a cigarette if he wanted to do that. He even looks good without the hat. So mask making. I've been doing a lot of mask making for theaters. Made over 400 masks for theater and video.
You've also done a series of Commedia dell'arte?
Commedia masks, yeah. And designed my own series of emotion masks so people can get in touch with the different sides of emotions. And so we did a whole medicine wheel, if you will, of masks of the different emotions. And so they're quite profound to wear. And so it's the creative process can really help you understand yourself a lot more.
Awesome. Well, we're going to wrap up this hour.
Thank
It's
you.
been fun.
Thanks for having me at that channel.
It's been awesome, Elvis.
Well, thank you very much.
This is the new experience Evolved, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. Live, love, laugh, and learn each day in every way, bringing out the best that we are.